You know that hook that I always tell you about when you're playing a cozy game, it has you obsessed to the point that every time you say, I'm gonna play 10 more minutes, but you end up spending 3 hours. Well, that's what Petit Planet has been doing for me for the past few days. HoYoverse is partnering with me today so I can show you 10 things that you need to know before you play Petit Planet when it releases. And I highly recommend that you pre-register so you can play it yourself. You can find the link right below the like button. So when you start your game, you have character customization with a few options here. So you have a few eye shapes, skin tones, eye color, hairstyles, and hair color. And I would certainly love to see more hairstyles, especially curly ones for us curly girlies. So far, I'm loving how the characters look and their design. There is no voice acting right now, but it might be implemented later on, which would be incredible, especially because we already know that HoYoverse always does a great job with their voice acting. You can also choose your birthday, which I would suspect will grant you gifts when the time comes, and you have this title screen here to combine different keywords together. When you play this game, you'll instantly feel like you're experiencing this slice of life anime with how quirky the characters are, and I can't wait to show you a few of them in a bit. And I also think that this game deserves a moment of praise for the beautiful visuals that combine clay art, 3D cartoon rendering, and this fairy tale charm. You know, it's given a little bit of the Little Prince aesthetic, and together it brings this wholesome atmosphere that is perfect to play after you want to wind down after a long day at work. I mean, just look at the sunset. I love sunsets, and you know me, I love the beach. So every time I saw the sunset, it just never got old, and I would just go beach combing just so that I can take in this beautiful view. So what's the main mission here? Basically, we're doing the Nurture a Planet initiative, as there are plenty of uninhabited planets drifting through the star sea, and you can choose the one that you want to work on. For now, we have 2 planets to choose from, the Taffy Galaxy and Hexia Galaxy. So I went with the Hexia one, but the Taffy one has golden prairies and a hot and dry climate, whereas Hexia is more of a warm and humid kind of climate. As you move to your desired planet, you'll begin meeting your first neighbors, and soon enough, you're gonna receive your first Luca fruit, which we've seen in the trailers. You're gonna learn that this is a very important aspect of this game. This is the vitality of everything, so it's needed to nourish your planet's growth. So when you plant it, you slowly start to learn the game's mechanics like foraging. And as you start to complete the game's first objectives, you'll also realize that every time you complete a main mission, you're gonna receive a Luca jar. Sometimes it can be this blue one, other times it's gonna be pink, and you can use these to nourish your Luca arbor. This will slowly lead you into gaining different fruits that will sit on top of the tree, and the more that you unlock, the higher the planet's rank will be, meaning you're now unlocking new things like new terrain, extra areas, more fields to grow crops, and more. So far, the highest rank seems to be number 10. This is also how you unlock these Archibus, which I'm gonna show you in a bit because you need them as well. And it's interesting to see how the Luca fruit dramatically transforms the planet's look. It's gonna change how the skies, the grasslands, beaches, and terrain look like. Now we also have the strength meter, which is the game's version of stamina, and you can easily replenish it by eating. You'll need it to use the various tools that you're gonna unlock in this tool wheel. For example, we have farming, which you do by using the shovel to till the soil, and if you use this really cool precision mode, you can quickly till the soil and plant your seeds. And each crop has a certain number of harvests. So for example, a rice seedling can be harvested only once, but a potato can be harvested up to 3 times. Of course, you're gonna need to water these crops, and if you don't, pests will come and they're gonna ruin your crops. You can also expect some surprise harvests like these mutated ones or giant ones, so it makes this little fun experiment for you to plant different things and see what you're gonna get next. Now the game has a system where you need to wait till the next day in real life to complete some things, and this includes crops growing, which I don't mind. I grew up with games like Animal Crossing, so I'm pretty patient with this stuff. You can also fish. Some of them are very easy to catch, so you simply throw in the line and you reel it in when the fish bites. Whereas saltwater fish require a bit more patience, so when the fish bites, you have to manage reeling it in and tiring it out when the line is white or yellow, and you have to avoid pulling it when the line is red to not break it. Similarly, you can also beachcomb and catch these sea creatures using your tongues. And is it tongues? Tongues? I'm not sure how to say that. And of course, you've got plenty of insects to catch as well. Then you've got your trees that you can chop and these stones that you can mine and stone from. The fruits and the veggies that you gather can be cooked to replenish your energy, or you can sell them as dishes, but you can also give them as gifts. However, when it comes to the insects, fish, and sea creatures, whatever you catch you can donate to Moors in the Omni Gallery, which by the way, look at it, it looks so dreamy. And with that, you receive Omni vouchers to trade in the giftarium for prizes. There will be seasonal changes, so I'm gonna be very interested in seeing how this will impact the crops that we plant. And overall, knowing HoYoverse and how many free updates they always put into their games and the love that they pour into them, I would suspect plenty of festivals and fun seasonal events that we can take part in. Now, I know many of you love decorating, and this has to be one of the most fun aspects here. It's building and decorating not only your home, but also the outdoors. Right now, rotating items is only done at 90-degree angles, but I would hope to see 45 and 25-degree increments just to add more flexibility. In your house, you can switch between this mode, where your character holds items and moves them around, or you can hover to the decoration tab and place things down easily, where you have more of this bird's eye view. And you can expect an abundance of items to decorate with, and this is where we can talk about the inspo cards, which you gain as gifts for completing quests, or by chopping down trees, or by talking to NPCs. You basically memorize them, and now you can learn to craft them, and you have these themes where different cards fit into them. And of course, you can buy some of these items, or you can trade them with your friends. I really like that these themes will tell you exactly how to unlock the different cards, so it's not gonna leave you feeling like, oh my god, I don't know how to unlock them. The answer is right there, and it's usually tied to completing the main mission quests or the NPC's quests. The design of the sets are so nice. As you can see, you have this bamboo themed one, this one that's like a fluffy cloud, and one of my favorites is the star-based one, and this one, for example, is tied to completing Frostia's quests. You can also request house ratings, where Mobi will tell you how many points you have scored by placing different furniture and decor items, and that way you can also upgrade your house. And as I mentioned, yes, you can decorate the outside with a variety of decorations, from furniture to fences, and even using this roller to paint on pavements, which is, oh my god, it makes creating roads a piece of cake. And you also have these areas where you put different furniture to complete the requirements, and then you can host events for your neighbors to come and join you. So for example, this one has a moon crescent and a bonfire plus this plushie, and then we used it to have like a stretching and dance party. I cannot wait to see what the cozy community is going to create. I know y'all are gonna be just enjoying and decorating to your heart's content. I expect some urban landscapes and parks and whatnot. It's gonna be very interesting to see what every person's planet is going to look like. And by the way, you can also place neighbors' houses down and upgrade them, as well as we said, upgrade yours. So this is also adding another fun aspect into just advancing your planet more and more. Now, we talked about using the tools and how it uses up your stamina, but what are we gonna do with all the stuff that we're gathering? Well, this is where your DIY workbench is gonna come in handy. So you can use these inspo cards that I told you about, and then you can craft. And by the way, you can craft in bulk, like it's available already, so thank you so much. And your inventory seems to be infinite, which is pretty awesome if you ask me. Oh, and by the way, recipes can also be improved. And as you're crafting and gathering, doing your own thing, you have these daily quests, but also general quests, which fit into something called footprints. So this is like milestones that you are hitting on your journey, and it gives you this special currency that you can then exchange in the Lumi Mart for stuff like eye shapes, hairstyles, outfits, and more. Now, another favorite part of mine is the neighbors. Not only, as I said, their design is so adorable, but I am enjoying chatting with them. When you first move in, Mobai, Glenn, and Essasani are gonna join you, but soon after, you're gonna find more. For example, I found Frostia while exploring other planets, which I'm gonna tell you about in a second. And you get to improve your relationship with your new neighbors, and it creates this satisfying loop because they have their own lore to talk about, gifts and inspo cards that they can share with you, as well as quests that they want help with. You can even change their outfit and invite them to hang out. Then you have the screen here that is called Star Cove, and basically you use it to learn more about their history, and every time you complete different objectives with them, you can gather dough, which is the in-game currency. And because every neighbor has their own planet, remember those Archiboos that I told you about previously? Well, this is where you use them so that you can grow every neighbor's planet and advance it to the next stage. So every activity that you do in your world and in other planets is going to give you a specific Archiboo color. I think we have 5 right now, and every neighbor has a preference for the Archiboost that they like. So when you give them the Archiboost that they need, they are going to keep completing a new stage until their planet is fully completed. And as you develop your friendship with them, not only can you upgrade their house's exterior, but they're also going to ask you for furniture so that they can develop their house's interior as well. And also, these neighbors have plenty of skills that will come in handy. For example, Frostia is very good at fishing and bug catching, whereas Isaki specializes in mining, woodcutting, and bug catching. These are very important because you can invite them to explore planets, which leads us to the next factor of this game, which is so fun. We are actually in the Star Sea, so here we can use this car, which you can customize by the way, and you get to travel to various planets and you're controlling where you go. So you choose which question mark on the minimap you want to go to and you begin exploring. In the beginning, you're going to notice that you only have this one battery and it lets you visit 2 planets on your voyage. But as you explore more planets and you gather this resource called Luca droplets, you can then exchange these for car services, such as expanding your battery to visit more planets per voyage, but also do things like boosting your car so it can go faster. These droplets are hidden in the islets that you go to, and when your neighbors join you, they're gonna help you collect whatever they're good in. So again, if we use Frostia and she's hanging out with us, she's gonna go ahead and help us catch the different bugs and fish that we see on the islet. And I really appreciate that everything your neighbors pick is gonna go straight into your inventory. Now, exploring these islets is so fun because you never know what you're gonna find or who you're gonna find. Not only that, but also the more droplets you gather, the more that you're gonna unlock these special islets, which you can find hidden treasure in, or like some will have like plenty of rice that you can then get and sell. Not only that, but also some of them have local specialties that are just unique to them and you're not gonna find them somewhere else. So for example, I found this one which had ginkgo trees and this very special swing that I could have bought. Right now, when I'm playing the game, I can see that I can only buy 2 battery sets per day. And I'm gonna be interested in seeing if we can do more of them per day, but it also like kind of limits you so that you're not finishing all of the game's content right away. But regardless, it's gonna be interesting to see how HoYoverse is gonna deal with these different materials and how we can gather them. And we're gonna get to see how the content of this game is gonna unfold throughout the years. Now, an interesting part that I never thought I would be hooked on is the Galactic Bazaar. This is where you meet new people and you can send in friend requests. And in here, there's this dance rhythm mini game that a few of us signed up for, and it was so fun to collect rewards and take part in it. Not only that, but also in the bazaar, you can either join a public or private cafe room, for instance, and treat others for a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. You can exchange messages, you can trade items with your friends or new people that you're gonna meet. And I like that it's not forced. You don't have to take part in this if you don't want to, but if you like being part of a cozy community, then definitely make sure that you subscribe. I will be streaming this game. I always wanted a game that I can stream for a long time and we can always go back to, and I think we might have found the one. Now in here, you also get to complete daily quests from this notice board. And I think this is gonna go a long way for the cozy gaming community. We don't really see cozy games do the multiplayer aspect right. It's usually like, oh, come to my island, look at what I have and you leave. Whereas here, you can take part in a few things like the activities that we talked about, but also when you're in your own planet, some people's planets are gonna pass by. And if they're accepting visitors, you can actually go and visit them. Now, you can't use resource gathering tools on their planets unless they give you permission. And when they do, you're gonna receive this backup backpack, which will temporarily store everything that you've collected. And then when you leave, you will get everything back in your planet, but the person has to give you permission. Now, remember how I told you that the in-game currency is called dough? There is a market system here that is also very intriguing. So basically, when you help Glenn set up their store, he is going to start hosting something that is called Today's Green Market. So this is like the main place to sell your crops. And this is very interesting because different crops will have different prices every day. And you also get to go to your friends' planets to see how the price is gonna be on their side of the world or the Star Sea. And in this shop, Glenn will sell you crops, furniture, and more, and everything is categorized so you can easily navigate through everything. And you know, when you have a quest for a neighbor, I really like that the store will highlight this item, and it will be easy for you to be like, oh, this is what I actually need for my current objective. You can also talk to Glenn to sell your own items, so overall, this is the perfect place to stock up on necessities like furniture, clothes, food, and by the way, you can try on your clothes before you buy them. So trading and the marketplace is gonna be an interesting part in Petit Planet. Now, this game is free to play, and I think just from the beta test alone, I have so much confidence in this game's potential. The production itself, the design, the soundtrack, the sound effects, everything just looks and feels so good right now, and I can't wait to see where it's gonna go next. And this is the perfect segue into our typical, before you buy, but because this is a free to play game, it's gonna be before you play. So we're gonna go with this game is for you if, not for you if, and my closing thoughts. So I would say Petit Planet is for you if you love cozy slice of life worlds with charming NPCs, this unique art style, and the calming, I want to play something that is gonna entertain me for a long time. It's also for you if you enjoy the satisfaction of watching your world grow. You've got your farming, your crafting, your decorating, and you're nurturing this planet from scratch. It's also for you if you love games that will evolve over time. You're gonna have daily real world progress, seasonal events, and community-driven updates that are going to be hosted by HoYoverse. It's also for you if you appreciate social features and multiplayer moments like visiting your friend's planet, hosting little gatherings, or trading items. So many of you tell me you love playing with your friends, so this is going to be awesome for you. It's also for you if you're patient, you like working on long-term goals, growing your Luca arbor, unlocking new terrain, completing your neighbor's storylines, and more. However, this game is not for you if you like instant gratification, you want everything to be happening right now, you don't have patience to wait for anything, this is not gonna be for you. And this is really funny because I was writing the script of this video and I was like, who would not like this game? And it was really hard to find reasons why you wouldn't want to play it because it's free to play. There's nothing for you to lose. So the most I can say is it's not for you if your phone isn't capable of running games or your PC isn't, but it's also suspected to be coming to consoles, which, oh my god, if this comes to the Nintendo Switch, this would be really fun because there's been some hinting from the developers that it might. Yeah, until then, maybe then it wouldn't be for you. I could see myself pouring hours and hours and hours into this. I had to stop playing so that I can work on this actual video. So make sure to check the link below the like button so that you can pre-register for this game. You don't want to miss out on this. This is going to be so fun. We're going to be playing it. And the best part of these videos is I want to know if you tried the beta test. A few of you on Discord told me you did and you loved it. So let me know if you're gonna play it, if you're gonna try the beta. What are your thoughts? What do you think about Petit Planet? I'm so excited to chat with you about it in the comment section. Thank you to my YouTube and Patreon bubblies who make videos like this possible, and a shout out goes to the games I mentioned, Jake, Logan, Yugoslav, and Stella for going the extra mile. Until next time, stay bubbly.